Good day, all. In this session, we are going to look into the introduction to head and neck region. Specific learning objectives. At the end of the class, the student must be able to understand the following: regions of head, regions of neck, important surface landmarks in each region. Let's see the parts of head and neck. The head is the cranial end of the body, contains the brain, the special sense organs, and the openings of eyes, nose, and mouth. The neck is a region that connects the head to the trunk and transmits the structures to and fro, head and trunk. When comparing head and neck region, the pronagrade dog has well-developed snout and its face is located in front of the cranium. The orthograde monkey has projecting snout and face is located below and in front of the cranium. The plantigrade human face is located below the anterior part of the cranium. The head is again subdivided into the following subregions: frontal region, parietal region, occipital region, temporal region, auricular region, mastoid region, orbital region, infraorbital region, buccal region, parotid region, zygomatic region, nasal region, oral region, and mental region. The important surface landmarks of the frontal region are the anterior hairline, the forehead, the superciliary arch, glabella, and frontal prominence. The important surface landmarks of the parietal region are the parietal eminence superior and inferior temporal lines. The important surface landmarks of the occipital region are the external occipital protuberance, superior nuchal line, and the mastoid process. The important surface landmarks of the temporal region are the external acoustic meatus, zygomatic arch, and pterion. The important surface landmarks of the auricular region are the external ear and external acoustic meatus, and the parts of external ear. The important surface landmarks of the mastoid region are the mastoid process and the suprameatal triangle. The important surface landmarks of the parotid region are the external ear and external acoustic meatus, the mastoid process, angle of the mandible, and the zygomatic arch. The important surface landmarks of the orbital region are the orbit, superciliary arch, conjunctiva, cornea, lateral and medial canthus, and the lacrimal caruncle. The important surface landmarks of the nasal region are the external nose, glabella, root of nose, bridge of nose, apex of nose, ala, and nostrils. The important surface landmarks of the infraorbital region are the infraorbital margin and infraorbital foramen. The important surface landmarks of the zygomatic region are the zygomatic arch and the temporomandibular joint. The important surface landmarks of the oral region are the upper and lower lips, philtrum, vermilion border, tubercle of the upper lip, labial commissure, nasolabial sulcus, and the labiomental groove. The important surface landmarks of the mental region are the mental protuberance or mentum. As like the head, the neck is also subdivided into 4 subregions. They are the anterior region, right lateral region, left lateral region, and the posterior region or nuca. The important surface landmarks of the anterior region of the neck are the laryngeal prominence, cricoid cartilage, tracheal rings, and suprasternal or jugular notch. The important surface landmarks of the lateral region of the neck are the mastoid process, transverse process of the atlas vertebra, external jugular vein, sternocleidomastoid muscle, trapezius, and clavicle. The important surface landmarks of the posterior region of the neck are the external occipital protuberance, spine of 7th cervical vertebra or vertebra prominence, and the ligamentum nuchae. To conclude with, in this session, we have seen about the subregions of head and neck and the important landmarks around. Let's discuss about the anatomy of scalp and its clinical significance in the next session. Thank you.